Okay, we'll go ahead and start the meeting.
All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order in the absence of Dave. I'll be running the meeting today. First thing we should do is just go through a roll call and introduction. So why don't we start here and we'll end there, so Nancy can
Okay.
introduce herself. So I'm Kevin Lavore, I'm the vice president.
I'm Sue McClone, I'm on the board.
Sarah McManus, trustee.
And Oldham trustee. Michael Gary, representative of the city of Grand Marais.
Amanda St. John, library director. I'm behind the camera.
Okay, Nancy.
Okay.
And you can just say your name.
Oh, Nancy Jaguar.
Thanks.
I do swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and of this state, to discharge faithfully the duties of this office to the best of my judgment and ability, to represent the Grand Marais Public Library both to the people and to governing officials, to see that adequate funds are obtained for good library service, to promote the best possible use of all library resources in the area, to encourage cooperative activities between different types of libraries, and to extend library service to those not previously served.
You may want to do something in the way of introduction also.
Oh, I'm Nancy Jaguar. I just got back from, well, not just got back, about a little more than a week ago, got back from vacation in Canada and brought COVID with me.
Oh.
I'm over it. I have one more day to mask.
Ah,
So,
good.
What else would you like to know?
That's great.
That's enough, probably.
I'm a retired writer, freelance writer, editor.
Mhm.
Before that, I did a variety of things. I was a teacher for a while, and I'm a very enthusiastic library user. I lived in St. Paul for 40 years. And, oh my gosh, I spent at least half my life at my neighborhood library.
Yeah, what was your library of origin?
The St. Paul Midway.
Okay, very nice.
It's a bit contentious right now. I don't know if you followed that. It
Hmm?
has to do with a new building and whether the old
Okay.
building should be preserved, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, I think they need a new building. That old building really is bad.
Yes, I would agree.
Have you been there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I taught chair yoga there for 10 years,
Ah, nice.
among other things, so,
Yeah.
down in the basement.
Cool. Good for you.
Okay, we do have an agenda that has been sent out. Is there any additions or observations on the agenda?
I would make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Unless somebody else
Is
is.
there a second?
I'll second.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the agenda say aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Is there any questions, observations on all the stuff, the minutes and the bills?
I didn't see anything myself.
Okay, a motion to approve the consent agenda would be in order.
I would make that motion.
I would second.
Thank you.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll move on. I don't see Jan Smith, so we'll just spread that along
Okay.
and go right to the library director's report.
Okay. Well, the first thing we'd like to talk about is hiring a new employee, Ryan Lang.
Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing.
Oh, my gosh.
Ryan Lang joined us this September, and he has a strong background in youth education.
Okay.
And his training began with circulation. It's really incredible to see an employee train at the library for circulation in a full-time capacity. And he's been there for 3 weeks, and we're starting to transition him now into librarian one duties. He's currently working on scheduling an adult writing workshop. So
Nice.
We're looking forward to things like that. And last night, I don't have a photo for you, but we had a magician in the library, and the magician called out for Ryan's assistance, and there was a rabbit involved, and we've got some nice glamour shots for him for home, for starting his career with us at the library. I think it's a great start. We also had 64 people of all ages who came to that magic event, which featured Chaz Meisenheimer, who also works
Oh,
as
yeah.
a substitute
He's awesome.
teacher up at Sawtooth Elementary. Lots of staff training going on. The Minnesota Library Association conference is happening next week, and I am taking Erica Turness with me. And we're going to go and see Steve Harson. The prior director is resigning from his position or retiring from library work. And we'll be saying goodbye to him and also just getting into the educational component and just connecting with our peers. Also, Erica and I are going to be taking a Leadership in Small and Rural Libraries course. It lasts from October 17th through November 27th. This is part of a strategy to help onboard Erica in her full-time and supervisory position with the library and expand her Librarian One focus. And then I also have a clerk who will be taking mental health first aid training up at CCHE. Erica and I have already done the adult and teen. Each of us did one of those programs, and they're fantastic. Fantastic. So I'm looking forward to that for our clerk. Facility updates. We've been working for a year to get the spigot fixed. And longer because we've had city staff make repairs for us as well prior to this. North Shore Plumbing and Heating has ordered parts. And with the heating season coming on, they're extremely busy. We're going to be on their schedule for spring next year. One side note that I might make is I had hoped to clean our upholstery this year in the library as opposed to the carpets, focusing on the upholstery, and I need that spigot, so that's going to be postponed a year, and it might, we might have to discuss how we want to budget that, because generally I can do one or the other. But let's get the thing fixed first, right?
Yeah.
There was a little heating thing where first we had no heat in the women's room and we had that fixed, and now something else is not working. It seems to be an electrical switch or a spring or something that needs to be fixed. So I'm still working on getting the right expertise in the building to help us with that. Programming, like I said, we did the Reading is Magic program. We're looking forward to doing a a fall-winter story time that will happen, I think, bi-weekly. And we're looking at a winter reading program for all ages. And I really would love to give away lots of free tacos like we have in the past, but we'll see. And I think those are the things that I really would bring forward today, unless you have questions for me or so, like a thing that you're interested in.
I wanted to come back to the conference. When is the conference? What are the dates?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be like October 3-4, and then the travel dates are 2-5 or something like that.
Okay.
Tuesday through Friday.
And then, who is it that's retiring? Or
Steve Harson is retiring from the library community, so he was our prior director.
Okay, gotcha.
And he's also the president of the Minnesota Library Association.
The class, Leadership in Small and Rural Libraries, is that a once-a-week course? And how many hours of course and study will be?
I have to get
Have
back
to
to you on
spend.
the answer of how many educational hours it is, but they told us to expect about 2.5. I think there's like a 2-hour synchronous or recorded, you can watch the archive situation, plus to expect about 2.5 hours of work each week. And then it goes for several weeks, about like that.
And you talked about cleaning the carpet. Didn't we just get new carpet?
We clean the carpet every 2 years. We were not planning to clean the carpet this year because it's brand new, but I wanted to focus on the upholstery of the chairs.
Okay.
They get covered with dust and shoe
Yeah.
prints and beverages.
I can't imagine.
Cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, I'm sorry, and whose conference is it? Is it the Minnesota?
Minnesota Library Association.
It's the Minnesota Library
And-
Association, okay.
The jargon, the library staff jargon would be MLA.
Okay.
It's going to be in St. Paul this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At your home library.
St. Paul Library. I know some people that work for the library in St. Paul.
I always liked the James J. Hill Library downtown. That was,
Yeah,
that
that's
was,
not from St. Paul Library.
oh, it's not. Okay, it's, to me, library, but it's a beautiful library, though, regardless.
I should go back to staffing and mention that we did gain a full-time librarian one, and we're really excited to give that 2 full-time librarian one model a try. We also had a resignation. Our custodian has left. So now we have 2 open positions. One is a part-time library clerk, and one is a custodian. Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions, observations? We'll move on then to new business. We need to select board meetings for November and December. And there's a memo that came out with the library pack. And as you know, we really don't schedule early in the year the November and December because of holiday business. So the suggestions is to do Thursday, the 16th of November at 5, and Thursday, the 14th of December at 5. Other options are November 13th through Friday, the 17th, and November 20th through the 22nd, and in December, the 11th through Friday, the 15th, or the 18th through the 22nd, excluding the 13th of December. So has anybody got any preferences?
I will be gone the week of November 13th through the 17th.
That was a alternate anyway.
Yep, so the November 30th would work for me.
Yeah, I could do the 30th as well.
I don't see that we're offering the 30th.
Oh, well then.
The first recommendation is the 16th of November at 5. And we're, the week that includes the 5 is the one where Anna is not going to be there. So the other alternative is the 20th through the 22nd. This is just before Thanksgiving, I think.
I can also confirm for you the November 30th if you give me just a sec.
We might get that one.
That looks good.
The 30th?
The 30th would work better for me.
Okay, anybody else? All right, well,
Okay.
why don't we move then that we have the November meeting on the 30th of November at 5 here in the City Hall.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all those, any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll go on to December then.
Yeah.
And the original suggestion is the 14th of December at 5. And then there's alternates the rest of the week of the 14th except for the 13th of December, or the next week, the 18th through the 22nd. Any preferences there?
The
14th would work for me, so I move for the 14th.
I would second that, if that's possible. Does that work for you, sir?
It doesn't, it's not ideal, but I could make it work if that's,
Okay, any other discussion on that?
Well, Sarah,
Then we'll-
what would?
What would be ideal?
Yeah, for that week.
Almost any other day.
Okay.
I have a 4 o'clock meeting that day that will probably run till 6, so I could leave it early and come here.
But you said any other day of that?
But yeah, the 11th, the 12th is fine, the week of the 18th is fine.
God, I hate that. Let's see.
So the 21st?
You can also meet later if that works for everybody.
Hmm. Let's see. Would the 12th work? The 13th,
The 12th, any observations on the 12th?
The 12th is good with me.
I think that would work.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
It's moved to have the December meeting on the 12th. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of having the December meeting on the 12th of December, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It still passes.
Yes, I know.
You're just opposing for,
Yeah,
Amusement?
we can't always agree.
It's just
thank you for accommodating me.
performance. All right.
Very good.
So the next item here is the adding the fax service fees to the policy and fees. And there was also a memo that was sent out with the library pack concerning this.
Would you like me to speak about it?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So, we are often asked for fax service at the library, and in the past, we've been able to refer almost everyone over to Cook County News Herald. The library does offer a comparable service. We do free scanning and emailing from the library. But in August, at the end of August, Cook County News Herald's business owner made a change and updated them to internet, and so they lost their landline and no longer offer the service. And so we've received even more requests at the library for access to a public fax machine. I've already installed a new phone line to support this service and purchased a fax machine. We've figured out how to get a fax in. We're trying to figure out how to get a fax out, and then we'll be ready to go. But other than that, then we would need to address whether the library should charge a fee and what that fee should be. To help facilitate the discussion on this, I'm drawing attention to policy J, which is the fines and fees policy. I've expressed what the fax service expenses have been so far, including how much the line will cost for the year for the phone line. It's essentially making a long distance call with a very short call. If we tried to recover the cost through the expense of offering this service through the cost of the service itself, projecting about 125 customers a year, which is data we received from Cook County News Herald, we would have to charge $4.50 for every fax. The FedEx office is charging $2.49 for one page, and they charge an additional $2.19 per page if you're sending it nationally. I checked in with Silver Bay Public Library, who does currently offer faxing service. They charge 50 cents per page, cutting off charges at $5. They said the patrons never blink an eye. They're very grateful to have the service, and it's very heavily used. If we relate this to some of the fees that the library already has, we do document scanning for no charge. We also do black and white photocopies or prints for 20 cents each per side. And then for color photocopies or prints, we charge 80 cents per side. There you have it. Any questions?
I have a question. How self-serve is this? How much staff time does it take? to send somebody's fax for them?
I've set the fax machine as a test here. I've set it on the public side near our photocopier machine, and we're expecting it to ultimately be self-service. I wouldn't expect it to take more than what we're already providing for the photocopier. In other words, people still need help, but they can learn. And so there's that. The fax machine, as far as I can tell, it's entering the phone number and then watching the thing go through. So I think we can type some simple instructions that should cut down most of the questions, if I can get the thing to work.
Fax machines are notoriously troublesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing they're still around, but they are.
Is this a combination fax printer copy, or is it just a pure fax machine?
It does everything. I'm intending to remove the handset for phone calls, and we will refer people to the other machines for printing, photocopying. Like, we have a very serious and attractive photocopier nearby. The faxing machine would, however, kick out the receipts that tell you if the send was successful or not.
Okay.
Recommendation for cost?
I recommend free or a nominal charge, like 25 cents to 50 cents per page. I really like the structure that Silver Bay has in place, and I think it's fair to say that it does have a cost associated with it.
Yeah.
I think 50 cents sounds reasonable.
Yeah, up to $5.
Yeah, I think 50 cents with the cap sounds right.
Do you need a motion on that?
You're going to move to add a fee, a finer fee to the policy. You're going to amend policy J.
Okay.
Okay. So then we need to have a motion to amend
Policy.
Policy J,
to-
fines and fees.
Fines and fees, yes, to add 50 cents a page for faxing.
I would make that motion.
I would second that.
Thank you.
Up to $5.
Up to $5.
Up to $5.
Yes,
Yeah. With
Concurrent?
a cap of 5.
yes. Okay, is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of amending J as stated, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why are you looking at me?
Now we want to go on to strategic planning.
I don't have a big presentation for you. I put it on
What?
the agenda just in case. I understand that where we are right now is there's one person who can still respond, so we have 10 responses out of 11.
Oh, great.
And that the data, there's so much information, they're still compiling it and trying to organize it in a useful manner. So we'll be waiting a little while longer,
Okay.
but it's in progress.
Yeah.
Great.
Did you care to share feedback with each other about the process of the brainstorm activity?
I thought of all my good stuff after I was done.
Well, you can share it now. Here we are.
So you wrote the notes down and forwarded them, right?
No, those ideas are still in my head, but
Yeah.
it's hard to think of all this stuff.
It is.
Email me, for sure.
No, I really enjoyed the process, and
Yeah, it's been good to get the broader
I thought
feedback.
it was very well done.
I thought you all did a nice job of distilling what we did in a group into the topics for us to respond to on the Google Doc.
Right.
yeah.
I thought that captured well what our ideas were so that we could build on them. So thank you to that team that did that.
Yeah. Very nice.
Anybody else have anything? Strategic planning?
Well, I can't wait till we have that in hand so we can start getting that money out the door.
Well, one of the things with it is that I think that is that we will have, I think we as a board will have to come up with, with a policy of how foundation money and cash reserves are spent. I think that's one of the things that we'll be focused on. But that, we don't have to worry about that until we get the whole thing together, right?
Right.
Right.
You're
I mean,
going
there are
to.
limits already established, but yes, that will give us our goals.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Any other comments on strategic planning?
It's good to do.
Yes. There are any comments on the presentations from the fund statements from the St. Paul and Minnesota Foundation? I know we had some discussion about it last month. It's recently, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did take a look at them. Seems to me normal that we've been getting. We also get the guidelines, expenditure guidelines from this, and the revenue guidelines from the city. And their 211, 215 accounts. Any questions on that?
Nope. I didn't have
I just have one question, I think. You know, the fund statement from St. Paul Minnesota Foundation indicates a grant paid of $1,327.91. Do I know what that is?
Did you say it was $1,300?
Yeah, $1,327.91.
That rings a bell. I think what it is the whatever's left, like at the end of the year, they give us a check of whatever our accessible interest is, or how,
The
sorry,
dividend there.
yeah, they give that to us. When I get that, without any direction from the board, it goes right into the contributions, and I think it shows up in the
Okay.
expenditure as like a grant or something. Unless there's I'm sorry to be inarticulate, but let me see here. It should be in a revenue.
Yeah. There we go.
It might be ALS crossover. Yeah, there's not a specific thing. It might be like other grants or from contributions, but it goes in one. It usually goes in one of those lines.
Okay.
132791 Minnesota Foundation R 215-00000-36236.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
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 And so once it's there, how is it still, like, how can we use it at that point, once it's there?
I believe this,
Is it free or more free to be used?
let's get some answers from St. Paul, Minnesota Foundation.
Okay.
My understanding is that you can do pretty much anything with it as long as it's not supplementing the cost of staff.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Very good. But it can be used for things like durable goods of any kind.
Could have bought us a fax machine a
That's what I was
minute ago.
thinking. I was actually thinking of an upholstery cleaner. Like, why wait?
Yeah, yep.
We could have our own, and then we could hire it out. Okay.
Or you can rent it out, or check it out.
Yeah, that's right. It's part of our
Yeah, I
checkout
bought
policy.
a water extraction pump. What's it called? It's called like a water bug or something that extracts water. I'm just waiting to circulate that from the flood, but we can send it out.
Nice.
We just got some DVD players too. We've been having a lot of requests for that. So you can borrow a portable DVD player from the library.
Wow. How about an 8-track? Together.
Man, I'm waiting to get ColecoVision. Like a classic gaming console, or
Yeah.
even the new, what's the Apple product, like a Halo thing or something? What's the new Apple product?
Got me.
It's like virtual reality. And,
I have not seen
we want to
that
get a
yet.
few of those.
All right.
Okay, and
The
just-
board needs to do a retreat and check those things out.
Yeah, we'll have to,
You know, put them through
Try
their
that.
paces, make sure they're not.
Right, defective or something, right.
And just a reminder, as we're speaking about the fund statements, especially St. Paul, Minnesota Foundation, but both of them would be more than happy to have someone meet with you and talk with you about the funds, what all of the data means, and they could join us virtually or in person in most cases, probably not in the middle of winter.
Right. So fair weather funds. Got it.
Is there anything else that needs to be brought up? We've now reached the end of the agenda,
So therefore.
therefore we can be adjourned. I will adjourn it like Dave does. Adjourned.
Adjourned.